if you look at the facts, there's nothing to be optimistic about. Honestly, everyone's struggling.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
You know, you have that friend or two in your life. You can go a month or two, maybe 6 months, maybe a year without seeing them or talking to them. But once you see them again, it's as if time didn't pass.
Yes.
Barbara Corcoran is not that person.
Oh, please.
I am still.
Barbara Corcoran, we start over fresh every time we see each other. It's a new friendship.
We're like siblings. We razz each other and we love each other.
We do. We love you. We miss you. And we're so glad you're here today, Barbara.
So happy to be here.
Sorry, my allergies are like, oh.
You're forgiven.
Yeah, thank you.
People love you anyway.
And you did. You came in and the first thing you did was you grabbed my crotch.
No, I did not.
You did grab my crotch.
Well, then let me tell you, there was nothing there.
That's what you get.
There's something there. It takes time. It takes time.
I didn't feel it.
It takes time to find it.
It takes time to find it.
Barbara's so much to talk about. Let's start out with Shark Tank. Of course, season 16. Of course, Fridays nationwide on ABC 8 Central and 8 East Coast time. Whatever, you'll find it. This is a lot of seasons in your under your belt with Shark Tank.
When I went out there, I thought I'll give it 2 seasons. I'll go on to something else because I love change. That I'm still there is unbelievable.
Why are you still there? Why don't you change and do something else?
I love the entrepreneurs most of all, and I love my fellow sharks. You get to be a family, just like you guys. Leaving each other, you know what to do with yourself. You're part of a unit.
Have you ever thought about leaving?
When I get tired, for sure, yeah. But it doesn't really work.
I don't want you to leave. You're my favorite shark. So
Thank you very much. You've got good taste.
I thought so.
She does.
Thank you.
Except for, coming to work with us.
Yeah.
That was her bad taste moment.
Not a choice.
On a sad note, and I want to hear from you, of course, you have to go out to Los Angeles to shoot sharks.
Yeah.
You lost your home in the fires.
I did, among many.
And what'd you say?
Among many people.
Among many. I think you said you lost many homes.
No.
And you actually had a camera with you, and you were showing bits and pieces of what was left. And how heartbreaking was that for you, and heartbreaking for other people that you know out there that lost their homes?
It was a killer because I love the community I was in. I never knew being in New Yorker that your neighbors mean a lot. Because in New York, you're not really friendly with your neighbors. Out there, I knew every single person around me. They invited me in to play checkers, have a glass of wine, let's play bingo. I mean, they were so authentic, and they lost everything. Everything they had was in their little trailer home. For me, it was a pied-à-terre, and it was heartbreaking, but I just kept telling myself, look what everybody else has lost. I mean, I didn't feel I had the right to complain, but have I lost a lover? Something I love so much, I sure did. That was the only place my husband wasn't allowed. It was the only place that had no TV or no radio that I could find peace every day of the week. But I really dearly miss it. But I don't think they'll be building it again.
No?
No, I don't
Wait,
think
your
so.
husband really wasn't allowed?
Never. I told him on day one, this is a girl's house. You can never come out.
Well, and that's okay. If you have
Right.
your own, it's like you having your own tree house, in the backyard.
You got it. And he's used to rejection. He said, okay. He knew he didn't have a chance.
I like that. I like you did. Well, I don't know. You said that that's the only place your husband was not allowed.
Yes.
But let's not forget your pants.
This is true. He's not allowed in my bedroom, in fact. Except by invitation, which never comes.
I know, but you know where his bedroom's located, so you can always find it.
I'm never looking for it. He's such a good guy, but I'm never looking for that bedroom, really.
Oh, my God.
Does he have a man cave that you're not allowed to come into?
Yeah, his bedroom.
Okay.
No, I'm allowed in, but I never invite myself. He invites me, and I say, a little bit later, honey.
And he's sleeping. He's a great guy, though.
Yeah, he is.
And I know you love him very much.
Yeah, and every day I crawl in his bed at night, and I give him a kiss goodnight. I have to crawl up because he's got safety bars on the side of his bed because he has Parkinson's disease, and I'm afraid he'll fall out of the bed. Right. So I crawl up, and each crawl gets so much harder every day.
Oh.
That's love.
That is love. Hey, so there's so much going on, and I know that people who know you, Barbara Corcoran, they know that you are plugged into all things finance and all things investment, this and that, entrepreneurial lives and things and that. But with what's going on right now with the economy, and it's affecting everyone in different ways.
Yes.
At all levels of income and say people who have savings, people who don't, whatever. What is your number one go-to when someone asks you how to weather this storm?
I think it's more attitude than it is factuality, because if you look at the facts, there's nothing to be optimistic about. Honestly, everyone's struggling. The more lower class you are, the more you pick up the burden of inflation, of not being able to find a home for yourself at an affordable rate. Everything really sits on your chest more than the average person. But even if you're a rich person, people are afraid to invest because the stock market has fallen 10% in 2 days. So everybody's feeling the pain. But who's feeling the pain the most, I can tell you, are the entrepreneurs themselves. The little businessmen that are working by themselves. I have a staff of 3 people. They're firing people. They don't know how to order their goods differently. They can't call the SBA. They don't answer their phone. They've reduced their people by 46%, I think, as of today, and cutting off more people. There's nowhere to turn. They are so alone, and they're so panicked and needy. And these are really great people who have their heart in the right place. They employ half of Americans are employed by small businesses. Everybody gives the credit to the big businesses, but they pick up the phone and negotiate their rates with the suppliers in China. The little guys don't have the option to do that. So they're left alone, and they're struggling so hard, and they just came through COVID and made it through, and now they get hit by a cyclone. Like, wow, where do we turn? Actually, I'm bringing all my entrepreneurs into New York next week, or middle of next week, and we're brainstorming like crazy, because more than coming up with actual solutions to their problems, which they'll all share and they'll get them, what I want them to do is share the support for each other.
You know, there's a trickle-down issue going on, too. You're talking about entrepreneurs who are already struggling to get their businesses off the ground, this and that, and they are letting people go. Keep in mind, the people they're letting go are people who are struggling with the day-to-day problems of trying to find money to put food on the table. So it is affecting everyone. And but I hear from others saying, okay, no, this is temporary. It's going to be great before you know it. Just buck up, sister. I'm like, well, it's not easy for everyone to buck up.
Hey, listen, I'm the most optimistic person I know, bar none. But I don't think you can buck this up. I think you got to look it straight in the face. You got to deal with it the best you can. And I think it's a hard time for everybody. And coupled over the actual changes that are affecting everybody, attitude is so bad.
Talk about that. Talk about how we need to turn that around and what that looks like.
Well, I don't know how to turn it around. I'm making my attempt to turn it around by bringing people together who are having the similar problems, talking about it. What can we do? Feeling like they have some control and they're proactive and can make a difference to their own selves, their business, their lives. So that's my little piece of that's the only thing I thought of. But if you're by yourself, you're paying more for your goods, you can't find housing, whatever, a typical day that people go through, how do you stay optimistic? I think you just should know that in the end it passes. I mean, as sad as it sounds, like something my mother would tell me, which is terrible, but in the end it passes. But how do you keep your attitude? What I do is I don't read the paper. Unless I'm preparing for something like this, then I read it, I get up to date. I don't let that kind of attitude affect me. I keep in my little place of happiness and come out when I have to.
Do you think we should be looking at our 401ks and stuff? Because, a lot of people this week are like, I looked at my 401k, oh my gosh. Or don't even bother right now.
Don't even look at it. Even worse than that, a lot of people are having a knee-jerk reaction and taking from their 401k. And if you're 59 or older, that you won't get a penalty. Anything under 59, you get 10% penalty to begin with. But why take out a 401k when it's diminished by 10% in the stock market? It doesn't make sense. Why not wait that out? I mean, that's a matter of holding still.
Yeah, holding still. And don't look at it.
Don't look at it.
Looking at it's not going to help anything.
Tear it up. Put blinders on.
So let's say you have saved some money and this was your moment. It was going to be this year. You've got, let's say, $10,000, $15,000, and you want to do something with it. What do you even recommend doing with something right now?
Well, you could put it in a 401k. It's probably a good thing, and lock it up so that you can't be tempted to use it. Or it's certainly not enough for any down payment on a house. Maybe you could buy a 2-family house with a partner and get 2 units in it and have them pay off the mortgage. I mean, there are things you could do, but it's for the brave of heart. People want to take risks. But I think right now people are risk averse. They're waiting and seeing. And with so much coming out of Washington that's so wacky, they don't know what's coming next. They feel like they're living on a funny farm. And I think they are.
We are.
It's not very funny right now.
I know.
I will tell you, though, keeping this in mind, if you want to look at everything from a broad perspective,
yes,
the overarching theme I'm thinking of, if this is affecting everyone from the wealthy to the struggling, everyone's going to be down.
Everyone is down.
Everyone, it may get a little worse, and so to be aware of that and to try to lift people up as best as you can through the things you say to them, the way you treat them, it's needed now more than ever.
Oh yeah, optimism
for everyone.
is needed, but it's not enough. Optimism is not enough. It has to be action.
you know who's here? Do you know Andrew?
Oh, you dropped your papers here.
I got Andrew's here. Hi, Andrew.
Hi,
Hi, Barbara.
You're a cutie.
Oh, thanks, Barbara.
Shoot.
So.
We'll get you over to
You
that.
look like a chipmunk, exactly.
Oh, okay, I'll take it.
Who doesn't like a chipmunk?
I don't know. I'll take it.
I love it. Keep in mind, chipmunks.
Ask your mom.
I will.
Ask your mom.
I'm a chipmunk.
Keep in mind, we know this about Andrew too. Chipmunks are rodents as well. Keep that in mind.
No.
All right.
Now, so entrepreneurial Andrew, the chipmunk is what we call him. He started a business and did his best to scrape and beg and plead and whatever to start this business. Tell her he's not pitching you. He's going to talk about something else. So go ahead.
This is since 2023. Me and two of my friends, we started a business. It's called Brew Pants. We sell on Amazon. It's a baby bottle plus a koozie. So look, it's like you're drinking Dunkin'. The baby looks like it's drinking like Dunkin' Donuts. See, little munchkin. It's cute.
it.
But the problem is that now with the tariffs, we don't know what we're going to do because we get all of our inventory from China. So we're kind of just in a position right now where we're waiting to see what to do next. Do you have any advice?
I would have to ask you two things. What do you pay for this little cup holder?
So we pay probably like
$2, $1.50.
Yeah, way less, like maybe 50 cents at most.
So, and what do you charge for the cup when you sell it to the consumer?
We sell it for $20.
Wow, you fat cat.
Well,
You're a fat
but by the time we get it, we sell on Amazon, so we have to give them their portion, all the sales and
Everybody
everything.
eats.
The hustle culture online makes it seem like drop shipping, all this stuff, it's quick money. It's really not because you have to take so much and reinvest it in.
It's really true.
So we're selling it for $20, but we're only seeing maybe like $10 of profit out of that sale. But
can I tell you that's still a wide margin? You shouldn't worry about that. But you know what? The main question is, how many are you selling? How much do people want it?
I mean, they did go viral on TikTok, which is really cool.
That lasts about a week or two.
Exactly. So we're kind of back to square one again, where we have to come up with new designs and keep on top of the market. But it's really hard to know if we should be buying more product with everything that's kind of going on. Last year we did $300,000 worth of profit.
Okay, not enough to really make a living at if you did the same thing this year. It's going to be a tougher year. You could afford the margins, no problem. But I would really question, how could I sell more product? $300,000 will never make a go of it.
Yeah.
Never
But also
make a go.
suppliers. He needs to shift his supplier strategy. So, I mean, China's not it. So,
Oh, no. Vietnam's not it. Cambodia's not it. You have to look to America. It will cost you twice as much.
Exactly. I've tried to do
But you
that.
can afford it. You can afford it. And what happened when you looked?
They were going to do $1.50 for just one-sided with no color printing.
Oh, they're going to take advantage of you. But it sounds like you only talk to one. You have to talk to six.
Six is the minimum. Got it.
Good luck. I bet you don't find any.
First she said you're a chipmunk, and then she told you you're not going to do anything with this anymore. Too bad. I'm done.
you're calling him a failing chipmunk.
My gosh.
No, it's a good product. Obviously, it's well made. I hold it here in my hand. It's phenomenal. Well, not phenomenal, but it's good. But
It's a koozie. It's a big. It's a
But
gift.
the question is always, how many people want it? You always have to be real serious about that question. How many people will buy it? What will they pay? That's it. That's
Yeah.
all businesses that way.
Yeah.
And then worry about your overhead, your costs, and blah, blah, blah. But how many people will buy it? It's got to be sold to a lot of people to make a business a business. Other than that, it's a hobby.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with a hobby if you take joy in it, but you don't make a ton of money.
Exactly. We wanted to see it go to the next level, and we thought about maybe going off Amazon, selling independently.
Try it. Nothing's lost by doing both at once.
That's true.
Yeah.
There you go.
But Amazon exposes it for small business. It's hard to do it without them.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew the Chipmunk, everyone.
Go to Brew Pants. Go find it on Amazon.
There you go.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when you're on Shark Tank, right, there were a couple of times you weren't there for like some big ones. Like you weren't there for
Yes.
Scrub Daddy, Poppy. Like, do you feel like if you were there, you would have made, made a bid on these things?
You know, I was there for Scrub Daddy.
Oh, you were?
And when I looked at that stupid smiling face on a sponge, I said, who the hell would buy that thing? And I was wrong. 8 million people bought it within the month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who invested in that?
Lori.
Okay.
I haven't talked to her since.
I met Scrub Daddy at Jingle
that's
Ball
right, you
in
did.
Philly.
You did.
He gave me some
Great guy.
Scrub Daddy stuff.
Real hustler. The
Oh,
reason
absolutely.
that product is selling because of him. As
Yeah.
it always is the entrepreneur. Every time.
Hey, so for those who are trying to think out of the box, unquote, with what's going on with the economy right now and where it's going, what opportunities are there right now? Is it best just to lock down? If we lock down everything, the economy's really going to suffer. But if people are ready to take some chances, if they have a few dollars they want to spend in their savings right now just to see if it'll do something, what are those opportunities?
You know, when you look back at COVID, we went into COVID thinking everything was trouble. What really happened in COVID, people came out as new companies, winners, doing business a different way. Every time there's a dramatic challenge in a marketplace, there's a dramatic, equally strong opportunity. What they are right now, I don't know, but if you had a passion for something and you've been stalling about it, now you can reinvent, really. People are open to anything. You're going to lose most of your competition. Many companies are going to go under, and that happened in COVID, which was good for the companies that came up. You know, so I couldn't say to someone, what's your specific opportunity? But if there's an inkling in your mind that you think of something like my little chipmunk friend over there, Andrew, but no matter what happens with Andrew's business, you ask him a year from now, what do you think, Andrew? He'll never regret having that business. Now's the time to try it, to try something and see what happens. And it is that kind of environment. The world is open to newcomers. It always is when there's trouble times. Open to newcomers. You have no excuse to say, wait, I'll wait a year or so. What's going to, just get it out there.
So with what you know about everything that's going on right now, do you see an end date to this? Do you have any idea how long people are going to be struggling?
Have
Or
no
prediction?
idea. I mean, I don't even, if the politicians don't have an idea and the stock market traders don't have an idea, who the heck knows? I'll get a pin and tail on the donkey and throw a dart and tell you,
All
I
right.
don't know.
So it'll be over when it's over.
Yeah.
So what?
It's your attitude in carrying in your chest and your heart the
Okay.
whole time between now and then. That's the important part. The getting there. Yeah.
You are from, of course, the foundation of real estate. That's where you started.
game.
So what does this mean for people who are looking for that first house right now, or any property? Not maybe selling a property. Is now the time just to put a lock on all of the above? Don't buy, don't sell. Let's wait this thing out.
Well, buying and selling are opposite opponents in the marketplace, as you
Right.
know. Most of the people, 2/3 of Americans, are sitting on 4% interest rates. So is now a time to sell? And what is it, 6 to 7% interest rates? No, because who wants to give up the 4% interest rate and sign up for a 7% interest rate? And that's the problem in the market. There's not enough houses because sellers don't want to sell. Who's to blame, really? But is it a good time for buyers with a shortage of listings? It's not good for them either. There's not enough houses to go around. But right now, everybody's scared. And what my gut always tells me in a real estate market is when people get scared because of the general economy, they stall. They don't put in the new kitchen. They don't buy the new house. They don't buy the new car. They just wait it out. That's an opportunity to have less competition. You could go in and put a low offer because the person hasn't heard an offer in 6 weeks. You go into the spring break when everybody's away and have no competition. That's a really best week of the year to shop. Nobody's out there because they're too busy vacationing with the kids or minding the kids.
So a good time to buy, not to sell.
Yeah, good time to buy. Thank you for saying it. Why don't you say that up front? I could have saved myself a lot of money.
I want to know what you were going to say.
Yeah, well, you just said it better.
Why are you yelling at me? Here's another thing about Barbara. She doesn't care. And I'll tell you.
I do care. I care deeply about you.
She cares about the important things. But she walked in and saw Scary. And before she even said hi to her, to Scary, him, she punched him in his big belly.
I said, hold that in. I did you a favor. You look so much better when you're holding your belly.
Just lost 35 pounds.
You did it like the Pillsbury Doughboy, as if to say, "What's up, fatso?"
You said it. I never said it.
I know you didn't say that, but it's like, you know, the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I've been wanting to poke somebody in the belly like yours for a long time.
There you go.
All right, here
Mission accomplished.
Another one.
I know that in about an hour or an hour from now, you're going to be on the Jennifer Hudson show today.
Yes, I am.
She's lovely.
She's really a nice interview.
Right.
She makes you feel like you're the most important girl in the world, and you know she makes everybody feel that way.
And so what are you going to talk about today with Jennifer Hudson?
I don't remember. I taped it about a month ago.
Oh, did you dance down the hallway?
Yes. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Dancing down the hallway was the most fun part, but I can't dance, so I looked really clumsy, and I felt it. I knew how I looked stupid. They were pitying me.
You were
so
on
I took
Dancing
off
with
my
the
shoes.
Stars.
Well, I was the first one eliminated.
Oh, that's true.
Remember that important part. Okay. But I took off my shoes and danced barefoot, and everybody took off their shoes and danced barefoot.
Aw.
And that's what saved me. They were giggling so hard they didn't notice how bad I was dancing.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's your,
I can't
your
wait to
secret.
see it.
Yeah.
What are you doing for fun besides work? I know
Yeah.
you love your friends,
Yes.
and you're a very friend-centric person. I
Yes.
haven't had my invitation to the house lately. I don't know why.
That's not true. I've invited you twice. I've said, give me 2 nights, I'll pick one.
You did?
Yes, twice. I'll send you the email.
Okay,
Repeat, and I'll put it on top. Didn't you see this?
Okay, so put it to the top. Okay, but what do you do for fun? Are you still surrounding yourself with friends?
I always do, because the best time in life that you never regret is around people you love. If you have 2 friends only in your whole life, hang out as much as you can with them. It's no fun doing anything or discovering anything, for me anyway, alone. I'm just a people person. So I would feel sad if I discovered a new plant or pretty arrangement and nobody looked at it and said, wow. You know, it's terrible, isn't it? But I need that kind of feedback. And if my friends are happy, I'm thinking I'm contributing in life. And if they're not happy, and you should come and contribute to me, and I'll contribute to you back. At a dinner table, you're never going to be happy. And that really is the best shared experience.
I need some of that clam linguine with clam sauce.
I make the best.
He does. She makes the best.
Yeah.
What's up, Nate?
Okay.
Grab a mic.
Okay, quick question for you. You are a big motivator for a lot of people here in this room and a lot of our listeners.
Yes.
What is your biggest source of motivation, Barbara?
Good question. God, I've never been asked that. Certainly not. You know what? I do know what it is now. I had to take a second. I'm motivated by my staff because I see them happy, getting ahead. We're teammanship, just like you have that spirit right here. It's clear. You walk in the door, you feel it. Everybody wants to come to work, not because of the work you do, I don't think, probably has to do with it, but because of each other. When I walk into my office, hey guys, you know I know how everybody likes to feel love. I rub Mike's back because he likes physical touch. I give a compliment to Emily. She likes compliments. You know, we have such a nice camaraderie going back and forth. And that gives me great joy. I leave the workday thinking everybody's happy. That's really what motivates me.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That sounds too soupy, I know.
No, not at
That
all.
sounds awesome. I love that.
Not at all. You know, a lot of people heard that just then and just realized, oh my God, that's why I actually like my life.
Yeah.
I go to work and work with people just like she's talking about. So maybe we need to be reminded of that from time
Or
to time.
maybe it made a boss think, oh my gosh, I don't do that. Maybe I need to go to work and do that for my employees.
Forget it. They don't change. A bad boss is a bad boss.
Somewhere, some boss heard it and they're like, oh, I'm going to touch more people.
He's going to try.
Today's the day for touching.
Yeah.
All right, so today, Jennifer Hudson.
Yep.
And of course, you're bringing your friends. We're not invited to this, but you're
No,
bringing
you're
your
not.
friends in
We're
for
going to
like
Yankee Stadium. You might want to come to that.
for like
nice.
that's your entrepreneurial getaway. The
Well,
Yankee
one
Stadium?
of the evenings, we're going to have a lot of fun there. Yeah.
So you're doing like a 3 or 4 day thing.
Yeah, of course. Come on. You can't discuss all your ideas in one day. It's too rushed.
I know you have to.
And
have fun.
besides which, we have to drink a lot. That's the key to friendship.
Right.
Drinking and
Stay
drinking more.
drunk.
Yeah.
I know when I go to Barbara's house, we usually have a cocktail or two.
Oh, come
One
on. You're
time-
stoned by the time you're there for an hour. Who are you kidding?
That's right.
Probably. One time I walked into her kitchen. She invited me over for lunch, and there was the sink wasn't working. I mean, there was no
stove
spigot.
wasn't
There's no
working.
spigot on the sink. So
my goodness.
who has a life in a kitchen with no spigot on the sink? I said, where do you go to get your water?
To the bathroom.
The bathroom. She's washing her dishes in the toilet.
No, I did not.
Yes, you
I
did.
Oh, stop
Don't
it
lie
now.
to me.
Stop it now.
Anyway, we love you, and I know even though you started the day by grabbing my crotch and poking Scary in the stomach, and made fun of Chipmunk.
I should be arrested.
You should be. We love you, Barbara. We love you.
Okay, so much.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.